Hey friend, Marissa Morrison here. Welcome back to our channel. Today I am walking you through how I edited one of my favorite photographs from a recent bridal editorial that happened last year. So not so recent. I'm gonna show you a behind the scenes look with raw and real footage from the shoot of how I handled really harsh light on the ocean, which for most photographers is a huge challenge. I know, but guess what? When you master it, it becomes your playground. So I'm gonna empower you when you get out there next time. And most importantly, during this video, we are going to take a behind the scenes look at my exact post-production process as you watch me edit this gorgeous image. Now, before we get started, be sure to like and subscribe because I have many more editing editorials coming your way, and you don't want to miss out on any of the gold, especially if you want your images to look like you see in your mind, what you dream of, right? The editing, it's a big part of that. So like and subscribe because I got you. All right, let's jump in. So here's the photograph that we are going to edit together, and I'm gonna show you exactly how I was able to make it so soft and so dreamy. Real quick, let me show you a shortcut that I have used so much in my editing journey to make sure that my images are true to life. I want the colors to feel like you could just step back in that moment. That is so important to me in building an elevated photography brand, all right? So what I like to do is simply hitting L, the shortcut L. You will be able to see here is a gray background like you see usually when you're editing in Lightroom Classic. When you hit L, it's gonna bring this black haze over so you could still be editing technically. I have done that, especially on airplanes, traveling here and there for clients. And when you hit L again, it's gonna make it go completely black. And so it's nice to refresh. I know after editing so many images and you're like, gosh, I just need a fresh take, that has been a huge help for me. Also, Y is how you see before and after, all right? So as you can see, I just finished editing this photo, but we're gonna hit reset so that you can see a real before and after journey, okay? Now this photo shoot was so fun for me. We did this just because I have done so many editorials over the years. It's been 15 years that I've been in this career. And honestly, I have found that they have been so artistically fulfilling and have helped me become the artist I am today. Like literally, you guys, I would not be the photographer that I am if it was not for just creating for myself. And so first assignment for you is if you're a photographer watching this and you haven't created something for yourself in a long time, it's time to do it. Okay.
Yeah, because this spot would be really pretty too.
What do you think, Devin?
That direct light. This is really pretty with the ocean.
Oh yeah. Now, images like this certainly do help to elevate my brand and make my portfolio stand out as one of a kind. Because when you're creating for yourself, you are going to have a unique portfolio, first of all, but you're going to explore your artistry in a way that maybe you haven't before. So you're always gonna walk away with something new and exciting. Now, for this photo, we're in super high noon. It is an absolute dream. Like the water is gorgeous. You know, the bride is glowing with the light behind her. She has a beautiful Oscar de la Renta dress on. I mean, this is a beach I dreamed of shooting at, Pfeiffer Beach, and here we are, it's happening. One thing that I really use in my advantage when we're on the beach is sand. As you can see, the stone is darker, the sand is a little darker, so the darker the tones around your subject, the lower the chance of having funky reflectors, okay? And so in this case, her skin tone looks absolutely beautiful. The settings are on point. We are at an ISO of 250, and really I could have dropped that down to 100, but I definitely am the type of photographer that, like, if it looks really, really good and I could have made it a little bit better, I'm not going to obsess about it. Of course, I'm going to teach you about it here every single time, but I'm also going to be the humble learner teacher, because I tell my students all the time in the wedding photography masterclass, look, we're always growing and learning, and I want to be the student forever, okay? So 250 ISO, could have made it 100. It would have been fine, especially in this kind of light. I'm on a 63 millimeter lens, but I'm using a medium format camera, so it's a little more like a 50 millimeter on full frame. It's a f2.8, and then the shutter speed, if I can look, is 2500. So we got a fast shutter speed because we got such bright light. All right, now from here, let's go ahead and look at our presets and talk about what we're going to use there. I'm going to use my own personal presets for this image. I have worked with a lot of presets over the years, and I've edited a lot of other photographers' images. And so I have taken and made the best of what I could. There is likely a link below. We are getting it ready to give to you guys if you'd like to get your hands on those presets or our editing program. You're definitely going to want to check out that in the description below. For today, I'm going to use the ones that are signified with O's because those are all of the outdoor presets. They are presets specific to lighting scenarios. Today, I think I'm leaning more towards the organic masterpiece, mainly because of skin tone. I just love the look and feel that this one gives, whereas this one is a little bit warmer. There's a little bit more magenta, it's a little bit darker, and someone may prefer that. That's perfectly fine. But today, we're working with the organic masterpiece. All right, now, first thing for me is that it's just so soft. The background is, we already have shadows bumped up, so let's bring that back down. There we go. That's with the preset. I want her to be even softer, and I actually want the background to be darker. I want it to pop more. I want to showcase a wide variety in color here, okay? And right now, we're kind of losing some of that. It's like mostly this white image. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and start first with exposure. Temperature and tint are pretty close, but I like to focus on exposure first before I worry about color, okay? Usually if you do color first, you're gonna have to change it in the end anyway. So I like to do that towards the end, okay? Unless the image like actually, really needs a reset. Like if I'm in a dark church and the image was orange or something and I didn't change my settings in time, like I'm gonna fix that so that I can see correctly. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and pull down the whites, and I never like to pull them down too much because that just doesn't look too good in any photograph, honestly. The highlights, I will pull down all the way often. Shadows, I'm gonna go ahead and bump up. I'm looking at her skin. Shadows are nice because it's like a broad area of the darker tones. And when you're utilizing this instead of just contrast, you're really taking your desired look in your own hands and getting really specific about it. Now, I am also gonna pull down the blacks because although I pulled up the shadows, I want to bring back some of that fine detail, which is gonna be the line between her lips, her nose, her mouth, the edges of her hair, right? So where her fingers are, these fine lines, I'm softening the image, but I don't want to lose detail. That's the power of the blacks, okay? Now from here, bringing in the background, I'm going to select the brush. We're going to go to the background. Now from here, I'm going to go ahead and pull down exposure. I think I'm going to go to -0.4 here, okay? That's looking pretty good for me. And then minor things from here that I will do is I'm going to go ahead and bring up the shadows a little bit more. So as you can see, if you're just watching her, that little boost, it's really helping to allow her to shine a little bit more. I'm also going to bump up exposure just a little bit. And now that I'm here, I'm going to pull the shadows back down. And I do that. I will play. I will go back and forth. You never want to say like how I was, shadows were up. Oh, I need to darken it. That was too bright. Actually, the overall image being brighter and then pulling up or down the shadows really was what was needed. It looks great. All right. Now, one thing that I am going to do is I am going to come back to this background. Since I brought up the exposure, I'm actually going to bump that down one more time. Beautiful. All right. Along the end here, what I'm going to do, I'm looking at the dress, and one thing that is just a pet peeve of mine is if the dress is overexposed or you lose detail in the dress, that is just no fun. I mean, the bride spends so long picking her dress and then there's no detail. So let's not be photographers that don't have detail in our brides' dresses, okay? I don't always do this, but if I'm gonna post this in my portfolio or on Instagram, or if I know the client wants to frame it, I will come and edit this. Now, I never lost the detail in my image. All of it was there, but I wanna go a little bit like out of my way to just darken this area. I'm gonna pull down the highlights, which is gonna be mostly this where the sun is coming through, because I want to showcase the fashion. I mean, this is a fashion editorial after all, right? So I love being able to show more of that glow, and it's such a small difference, but for me, it was a big difference. And so here you have it. We have the before and after, and I think that it is absolutely beautiful. I am so happy with the outcome, and I can't wait to share this in the gallery soon. And that's a wrap. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that it has empowered you in your editing journey. Be sure to like and subscribe because I have so many more editing tutorials coming your way because we're doing shoots like this all the time. I am so blessed to call this my career, and I want to empower you in your journey of building your own thriving business. So like and subscribe so you don't miss out. And if you want a few more tips along the way, a helping hand, I created a free training for you. Click the link in the description. It's really going to blow your mind and empower you every step of the way. It's something that's going to help you regardless of where you are. All right, my friend, I'll see you on the next one.